Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We're here to watch Season 2, Episode 2 of Loki. This one is called Breaking Brad. Last episode was very interesting and very hectic. I described it last time as feeling like the first episode of a season, but also simultaneously feeling like a penultimate or finale episode of a season. Like it felt like there was just two distinct vibes that were like smashing into each other and making it very hectic. And I think that might have been intentional due to what we see partway through the episode with Sylvie opening the elevator and then Loki getting pruned. Because I think that was a future Loki probably that pruned him, which then would mean that there were essentially two, not two timelines going on at once, but like kinda, in a sense, if there's a future, like there's two storylines happening at the same time of what we watched. And one of them was just future Loki and Sylvie, and the other one was present Loki and Morbius and all that. So that might have explained the hectic, frantic nature of the episode. But yeah, we ended the last episode with them being successful in their little thing, in their plan to stop Loki from time slipping, right? They pulled him back out of the time stream. Like, they pruned him, pulled him out. Should be good to go now, theoretically. Like, he shouldn't be doing that slipping thing anymore. And then we also ended with Sylvie right after meeting with He Who Remains. She goes to, like, what was it, Oklahoma or somewhere, and she goes to a McDonald's, and she's gonna like work there now and stuff, and it's gonna be interesting to see her journey from the end of last season to wherever she's gonna go. I don't know. Either way, I'm really excited to jump into this, so before we do that, if you end up enjoying this reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. Helps my videos get seen more in the algorithm. If you're new here, or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more Marvel things, because I watch pretty much all of it. And then if you're interested in seeing the full uncut version of this reaction, consider either supporting me on Patreon or joining me on YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. That is linked in the description down below. But other than that, let's jump into Season 2, Episode 2 of Loki. This is the best! London, UK.
Sylvie's not
1977.
here. It doesn't feel
This
right.
is,
It's too safe.
I believe, where we see the post-credit scene in Ant-Man, Quantumania.
But you said you wanted to find Sylvie, right? With Docs and X5 not responding, it's our only lead.
The Zaniac? Maybe this isn't where we see... No, I feel like this is definitely where we see Kang for the first time.
How do you feel about your meteoric rise to fame?
I don't know how I feel, but I know I look pretty darn good. Come on, look at this.
Will there be a Zaniac 2? No sequel for the fans.
How's it going, sir?
No, I used to work with this guy.
You look great.
Oh, thank you very much. You look pretty good yourself.
How long has he been in this time period?
I'm actually really glad to see you both. I need to catch you guys up on what's going on here.
Sure.
But
Is he running now?
He is running.
What is going on with him?
Can I get your autograph?
anything for... Hey!
Oh, okay. B-15. I was like, who is this lady?
Brad, hold it! Stop!
I'm very confused. I feel like we missed some time.
You're gonna ruin my life here!
Your life here?
Oof. Who undoes the jacket?
You still glad we're here?
Okay, maybe this isn't where we see Kang then. I was wrong. I feel like, as a god, Loki should be able to outpace him pretty easily. Was that just like a set amount of back in time that he went?
Hi! Where's the rude boy off to?
Let's just hold on a second, all right?
They're gonna beat him up.
Back up! Back up! Hey! Back up! Oh, you're the tough guy, huh?
Might as well hit him with the pipe. Oh, they're all fake.
So unsophisticated, X5.
Oh, of course. You quit with the magic and fight fair!
You just traveled back in time. What are you talking about, fight fair?
It's not a fair fight.
Yeah, the fact that you're fighting him in general means it's not a fair fight. Very interesting that his shadows have the horns. I like that. But I feel like we're jumping in the middle of something that we haven't seen yet.
These are... It's tighter than you think it's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'll get you a looser one next time.
What is this?
That's a temp pad.
What did you do to it?
I put some colorful buttons on it for you.
Have OB check it out.
This show looks like it was filmed on actual film, which is kind of interesting.
OB, could I get you to take a look at this temp pad?
Let me see.
Colorful, right?
Yeah, I can definitely get into it. Do you think this is a higher priority than preventing a temporal meltdown?
Yeah. No, temp pad. Do the temp pad.
Okay. Everything you need to know about this, I wrote about it in here.
What page specifically? You gonna give us a table of contents?
Screw this back in, right? That's what it said on page 7.
No. Section 42 should match with the system.
Is that with the red light? Because we tried that already.
We'll try it again, because I don't think you had that pressed back.
You're trying to do technical fixing of this?
Miss Minutes is helping Renslayer.
What?
That explains the radio silence.
Hang on. When I was in the past,
She did take her through a door last season, right?
Renslayer and He Who Remains. It sounded like they were partners.
She really is full of surprises.
She hates her.
Yeah. Haven't you read the TVA guidebook?
I mean,
No one has read that.
memorized it, but
I mean, it'll take me a while to analyze the modifications, but this definitely doesn't block any trackers, that's for sure.
How do you know?
Let's take a run at Brad Wolf.
let's take a big run at him.
Thank you.
Okay, isn't Casey supposed to look at that? Figure out the modifications? Why would you take it?
What did you do to this temp pad?
Answer the question. It blocks your trackers.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no shit.
What is it designed for, X5?
It's Brad.
Why do you want to be called Brad so badly?
But weren't you the one blabbering on and on about how we all had lives on the timeline? Well, I went down and got my life.
Oh, that was his life?
Everyone here knows what you're doing, you know. You're just trying to make up for all the terrible, awful shit you've done in your life, you pathetic little man.
Is that a bad thing? Trying to make up for bad actions in the past?
See, everything you and Sylvie have ever done to try to help has only ever made it worse. Problem is, you think you're special, but you're not. So it doesn't matter what outfit you put on.
You're being very rude, sir.
At the end of the day, you just make everything worse. For Mobius, for B-15, for your mother. Because that's what you do.
That's a low blow, sir.
You're a loser. Stop trying to be a hero, man. You're a villain. You're good at it. Do that.
Such an interesting thing to say to him. It's probably a whole bunch of internet people that are saying the same thing.
You know, you're right. I have done some terrible, awful things.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that is who I am.
You've been a bad guy. Okay.
Awful things.
He's insinuating that he's gonna torture him.
He needs therapy. I can recommend someone. Okay, I want to work that out.
Well, he wasn't too intimidated.
None of this is real. I mean, who even are you on the timeline? Do you know?
He doesn't currently.
Mobius isn't even your real name.
Well, it's what I answer to.
Do you have any idea what kind of life you might have left behind? Who might be waiting for you back
Yeah.
there? I mean, do you care?
He does care. He wonders.
She's nothing. I don't even know where to start with that, but you're nothing here. And until you wake up, you're just a nowhere man. You're a nowhere man. You're a silly little man.
He's the one that breaks. Interesting.
Mobius. Yes.
He kind of reversed this whole interrogation thing on them. They went in trying to break him. He broke them.
I lost it.
We know.
It's okay. It happens. You remember that time? I was so angry with my father and my brother. I went down to Earth and I held the whole of New York City hostage with an alien army.
I do remember that. Yeah, it was a big deal.
Tony Stark. It didn't work, so I threw him off the building. I lost it. Sometimes our emotions get the better of us.
True.
You never wanted to visit your place on the timeline?
Look, that's the last
It makes it
thing
more
I
real.
should be thinking about.
Aren't you
If
curious?
he does that. And then, like, I feel like he's got bigger things on his mind right now.
I get it. You know, you might think twice in case it's something bad. And
Or something good. Something bad I can handle. What if it's something good? You
Yeah.
think I want to have that rattling around in here?
And he has to deal with the question of which one he wants more. It's not working. Invalid temporal aura. What is he gonna do? What is that?
This is cute. Which one of you came up with this little script?
Because you're a tough nut to crack.
Both of them.
You left us no choice.
You know, they tag teamed it.
Controller.
Right. Okay, we can't start the festivities without that little baby.
It's very interesting, the little play that they're putting on here. Oh, psych.
I wrote a little script of my own.
I think Mobius is still acting here, but
You have no idea how to work that thing, though.
he read the
I'm
manuals.
not trying to be a hero, Brad. I'm a villain. Remember?
What does that thing do?
Earlier, I said some really hurtful things, and I brought up your mother, and I am really sorry about that. Mobius! Hey! Get in here!
Why is the lock on the inside?
What does this one do?
Oh wow, it turned that into Jello. Oh, never mind, not Jello.
You could kill me with that. Could I?
Shouldn't have mentioned that to him.
Okay. Okay. I lied. Okay, I did. I was supposed to go look for Sylvie, but then I bailed. Okay, I bailed.
So they told you to go after Sylvie, and you bailed.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. Look, I swear. Okay.
If none of this is real, I guess you aren't either.
That's valid. Valid thought process.
Just tell me where Sylvie is, Brad.
I'll tell you where she is! McDonald's! She has a new life!
She's on a branch. He knows where Sylvie is.
See? A little bit of mischief.
Only as good as your plan.
Thank you. Let's go, Zaniac.
Loki kind of liked it a little bit, though. We're all gonna die!
You're Boris?
Yes?
Meet your biggest fan.
Will you sign mine for me?
Of course I will. Happy to do it.
Yeah, just next to your picture, then
Hold on.
I'll draw mine.
You just said we were all gonna die.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The
But
containment doors are
first,
locked.
signatures.
And only the person who designed it can open it with a live scan of his temporal aura.
Okay.
He who remains.
Ah, well, that's... How are you supposed to... Okay. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Sylvie, what you doing here, girl? It's time to go back to your life.
This feels tense.
It is.
Back to the TVA.
No. I'm not going anywhere if I get some apple pie.
Yeah, he's been eating key lime pie this whole time. He needs a new flavor.
Hi.
Hi.
It's a short break, so talk fast.
You drive a Ford.
I haven't come here to make trouble.
Then why are you here?
Because trouble is happening already, and we need you to help.
I've been pulled through time. Sylvie, I was in the future, and I saw you. The TVA is in danger, and you were there. I need to know why.
So you see the future now. Cool.
He didn't see the future, he was in the future.
I don't care.
It's the future. It's going to happen.
Is it? Really?
Yeah.
Because that sounds a
It
lot like the
does.
future's already been written.
It has, if he saw it.
You like it here? You like this place? You've made a home? If what he who remains said is true,
It will be
the
gone.
TVA is the only defense.
10 minutes ago, you were screaming at me, you're nothing. And then I kind of freaked out and basically tortured you. And now here we are, enjoying a meal like gentlemen.
Whiplash.
Tell me about Zaniac.
What about it?
I want to know about it.
Oh, come on. It's an elevated thriller, all right? It's
is.
cinema. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Packs right up. Let's just get it to go and we get up and we get out of here. How about that?
You're like a broken record. It's like, get me back to the sacred timeline. It's like, although now it's just get me out of here, which is...
He doesn't want to be here specifically.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
Probably is a setup. TVA is on its way. Doxing them.
If we stay here, we're all gonna die. They're gonna die. Orange shirt, she's gonna die. Most importantly, we are all gonna die.
Are they about to prune this timeline?
All this for Sylvie?
I don't buy it.
They're gonna bomb every branch.
Yeah, including this one.
Oh.
Where do we go?
I'll show you.
That seems bad.
They've pruned 30% of the branches. Is Mobius on the ground
That's
yet?
a lot of dead people.
Take Dots down now. They're all connected to that central control panel. Set up what you can!
Okay.
Finish it!
That guy got pruned. feel like there's more happening, though, that we're not seeing. Kept the door open for her. Damn, they got a lot of them. Pretty much all of them.
Those are people.
I think there's only one left.
I got a hit on Renslayer's temp pad.
Sylvie,
Is this the best you lot can do?
there was nothing we could do.
They didn't know what was going on.
The TVA is the problem. It's broken. It's rotten.
Yeah, kinda. A little bit.
Please don't. It's harder to stay.
Well, hopefully she's not late for her break. Right. They got this whole thing done before her break ended.
Hey, Sylvie. You okay?
Yeah, small boy.
Is your mum on her way to pick you up?
Yeah. She'll be here. I'm good.
Good. What does she got in her hand? Oh, that's the, that's He Who Remains' his little temp pad, right? Very interesting episode. Okay, solid episode. Definitely another one where it felt like it was almost like 2 different points of the season combined. Like it felt like things were high stakes, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like the hectic, frantic nature of the start of the season is kind of throwing me off a little bit, right? Like we start this episode hunting down X5, right? He's on the Sacred Timeline living his own life. But they just kind of like jump right into that mission, and it feels like there was like a big time jump from like what we saw at the end of last episode. Like it feels like a significant amount of time has passed. Like they've been on this mission of trying to find Sylvie and trying to find X5 and Docs and all those people for a while, and things just aren't working out. But that's not like ever communicated at all in the episode. They're just like, bam, middle of the mission, like here we go. And then we just kind of have to like pick up those pieces and bits of information throughout the episode. And so it feels very disorienting, if that makes sense. Like I think, like I still very much enjoy it, but I feel like it needs a moment here or there of like slower paced exposition maybe, or just anything that allows it to breathe a little bit. I mean, I guess the moment where he and Mobius are eating pie together, it was kind of like a slow moment, but I think they needed a moment at the beginning of this episode just to kind of like lay out exactly where we are and what has happened and what has progressed, because it definitely felt like there was like stuff that I was just missing from the beginning of this episode, right? Like they walk through the time door into 1977, and it's just, I was very confused. Like I think I needed like one scene ahead of that to like briefly explain, you know, what the plan is. How did we get here? I don't know. It was an entertaining set piece where they capture X5, Brad, I guess, and they bring him into the TVA, and they're like planning to interrogate him and stuff, but he is a high-ranking TVA guy, and he knows the tricks. He's like, you know what? I don't feel intimidated by any of you. Like, why am I sitting here, right? Like, and they're just trying and failing, not doing a good job. He literally gets Mobius to break. When he's essentially explaining to him, he's like, yo, they stole your life and you don't even care to like find out what happened. You know, you don't care about your old life. You're a weak man. You're nothing. And Mobius breaks. Mobius freaks out, and he explains to Loki later that, like, even though he had a life, like, this is his life currently, and he enjoys his life currently, and him knowing everything else, him knowing what was taken from him, isn't a comfort to him. It just adds an extra variable, an extra option of something to agonize over, right? Like, if he goes and sees what his life would have been, he's now presented with a question of, like, which one of these do I want more? And then it just leads to, like, resentment of one or the other, right? Plus, it almost, like, to a certain extent, doesn't matter. Like, if everything that we've been told is true, that he who remains is coming back, and that, you know, something is happening to the timeline, and all these world-ending scenarios are going to come crashing down, like, Mobius's old life doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything, because right now he's got a bigger purpose and a bigger goal that he needs to focus on, right? And he doesn't even know at that point about OB being like, everyone's gonna die. Like, he doesn't know about any of that. So, I mean, the stakes are high already. So for him to be presented with the possibility of, like, another option, like a way out, so to speak, doesn't mean anything. Because it's like, okay, you can live your old life for how long? How long until all the timelines come crashing down and he who remains eviscerates everything that isn't his perfect vision? Well, I guess it's not he who remains anymore, it's Kang. But still, like, I get Mobius's position. Like, it's almost this is loosely connected, but in the show The Wheel of Time, character Moraine is so focused on, like, the main mission of what she needs to do that she just, like, she doesn't have time to slow down and focus on, like, how overwhelmed she feels and how in over her head she is in this whole situation and how anxious she is about all this. Like, she doesn't have time to focus on that, because when she focuses on it, that's what makes it real. And she has a much more important role and important mission ahead of her, where if she slows down and stops and looks around at some of these other things and takes her mind off the game, off the ball, it could result in failure. And she just doesn't, like, the mission is more important than these distractions. And so she just doesn't focus on those things, and she pretends they don't exist, and she ignores the problems. And granted, you can only do that for so long. You're burning the candle at both ends, so to speak. Like, eventually you will burn out. But I think it loosely can connect to Mobius's situation of, like, if he doesn't focus, like, he knows that he used to have a life, and he's probably slightly curious about it, but he knows that if he actually focuses on it and actually dwells upon what was stolen from him, he's going to take his mind off the game, and it could result in the mass evisceration of, like, trillions and trillions of people. Like, he can't do it. So, plus the fact that he likes his current life, he feels like he has a purpose here. I get his position. And then him and Loki do a light bit of torturing, a tiny bit more psychological torture than actual torture, where Loki kind of convinces Brad that he's gonna crush him in a cube, turn him into like a car crusher machine, and he's just getting info. Where's Sylvie? Where's Docs? What's going on? And Brad takes him to McDonald's in the 80s, and they're in Oklahoma. And Sylvie's just like, you know what? I like it here. I like my life. I don't want anything to do with you guys anymore. The TVA stole her whole life. This stupid mission, and the TVA's mission and her connection to it stole everything from her. She doesn't want to be included or involved in the slightest, until freaking Brad is like, we got to get out of here because everyone's going to die. Like, we need to leave this timeline. It's one of the ones being pruned. And Sylvie, at that point, she's like, okay, you're going to threaten to take away the life that I've made here. Now we're going to have a chat. And we see that Docs and her gang are pruning everything. Like, their plan is to prune every single branching timeline, and they pretty much do. On the screen, it looked like there was only like 1 to 2 branching timelines left. Now, granted, I assume more timelines can be made, like as decisions are made along the sacred timeline, like theoretically branches will continue to be made. So I guess those people will be reborn in a sense, but they still all died at this point, which is not good. And Sylvie sees it happen. She's like, yo, this is you? Like, you were incapable of stopping Docs and her mission of pruning trillions of people. Like, what are you gonna do against Kang? She's like, you're useless. Why would I hang out with you guys? I'm gonna go back to my planet or my timeline, and for as long as it lasts, I'm gonna be there. Loki almost delivers a piece of advice to her where he's like, it's harder to go back. Now, I think that final line might confuse some people of exactly what he means in that situation. And I think what he's saying is, like, once you see, like, the actual important thing that's at stake and how you could help, it's harder to go back to your regular life. It's harder to go back to who you were. Like, you'll see this with people who are in, like, the Army or the Marines or Air Force or whatever, and they go and they serve and they do their time, and, you know, maybe have some light trauma thrust upon them in their time in the war, and then they go back home and they start living their life, and you see that they just can't handle it, whether they have PTSD or whether they have whatever going on. You'll often see members of the armed forces decide to re-enlist and go back into the army or wherever after spending some time at home, because it's harder to go back. And I think Sylvie's realizing that at the end. She's sitting on her truck and she's, you know, kind of fiddling with the He Who Remains little disc thing, and I think she's gonna realize, you know, she's seen the actual fight of what's happening, and she can't go back to her McDonald's life knowing what is happening and knowing that she could help. Right? Like, she has the ability to help. Another weird loose connection. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of Mass Effect 3, where in Mass Effect 3 there is a storyline, a quest line where you can cure the genophage, and the character Morden, he takes it upon himself to be the one up in the tower doing the code, doing the thing. He could, if he wanted to, he could have someone else do it. He could go and save himself and live his not safe life, because he's still part of the Mass Effect crew, but he could save himself in that situation and be more comfortable. Instead, he chooses to do it himself and be up there and be the one writing the code, making sure it works. And he has a line where he's like, somebody else could have gotten it wrong and he wouldn't get it wrong. And so I think Sylvie, seeing the fight, knowing she could help, and knowing somebody else might get it wrong, I think she's gonna decide that she needs to be a part of what's going on. And she's not gonna be able to stay at McDonald's anymore. And I'm very interested to see where it goes. Again, really solid episode, really enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. What have you thought of the first 2 episodes so far? Have you felt this, like, weird, frantic nature of the episodes that I've been feeling? I don't know. I'm very curious. Leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.